Hey, welcome to this video. In here, I want to talk about time management. This is such an essential topic that it's so popular these days in the internet. And I saw a lot of people talking about time management, but they're kind of too vague, at least for me, to talk about this term. So today I just want to do a quick presentation about what is time management in my mind and how can you do it for yourself, or you can use the resources or kind of do a schedule for yourself and prioritize the activities, etc. Just be a better version of yourself by doing the time management. So let's jump right in. We first want to clarify what is time management. It is a process of planning and organizing how to effectively allocate and prioritize your time to accomplish tasks and achieve goals. So here are some steps you want to do for being a good time manager. First is setting the goals. What are the goals that you want to do? I'm not talking about the year goals or the big goals or dream goals, etc. I'm just talking about what are some things that you want to do for today. List them, and then taking inventory of or tracking your responsibilities. Like, what are those things? How are those things important to me? Like, what are the relationship between me and those events? If I'm going to take it, what are the outcomes? If I don't take them, what are the outcomes? Ask those questions for yourself in heart, and then prioritize the activities. I usually create a table that I divide it into 4 squares, like 4 parts. The first part will be the thing that are both most urgent and most important, and the last part will be the thing that are least important and least urgent. So group your events into these 4 categories. You will realize what are the things that I'm going to do first, because sometimes a lot of things just all flows to you, it just overwhelms you and you will feel like you don't know where to start, and that is a very good way to solve this type of questions. And number 4 is scheduling. So make a schedule for today. I'm not talking about doing them specifically by how many minutes or what time, because I personally don't like those type of schedules. It just feels too pressure to me, because sometimes if I don't complete one task, and I would feel like I ruined my whole day, because all of the tasks, they're followed so close to each other that are just goes to from a 1 minute to another minute. It will feels like instead of having a pressure, I would feel like I cannot even breathe. So I definitely don't like those type of schedules, but I would list some things out every day, or the night before I go sleep, for the day after. Is okay, what are some things that I want to do for tomorrow, and if I don't do them, what are the outcomes? So basically, for step 4, you just go back to step 1 and repeat the first 3 steps. And last but not least is making conscious choices about how to spend your time. A lot of times you will realize during school days, your time management seems super packed, or your schedule is so packed than your summer times or your holiday vacations. And that's definitely okay, because you're in school and stressful is very normal for a lot of high achiever students. But during summer times, if you don't have that outside pressure that has been pushed on you every day, a lot of people will just suddenly go kind of going from a state that is super busy to a state that is super relaxing. And I think that is not a very good thing, even though myself is still in that position. I can see that it's very hard to manage your time effectively and efficiently during summer times, or your break times. Even though you want to do it, but sometimes you just feel like time passing so fast, and that's because you don't have a schedule, or you don't have a clear plan in your head, or you don't have a list of the things that you want to do for today. It's too blurry for you to follow up, or you don't have that you don't have that award system for you to have the energy to move on. So definitely that's not a easy thing to do, but I listed it right here because I think that's a very important thing for you to become a good time manager. And why time management? So why are we going to do it? So why do you think it is important for college students to master time management? I want you to pause this video and think for a moment by yourself. So for the time management, first of all, the college life is totally different than high schools. For some of you may not, but for most of the students, especially if you're going to outstate school or another country to pursue a degree, you will definitely feel like everything has been changed so in every aspect, basically. And you're not only gonna be responsible for your academics, but also taking care of yourself. I'm talking about by your necessities, daily foods, getting into extracurriculars, school clubs, getting into research, career fairs, and all of those things. So you're gonna be super busy. Time management becomes even more important at this step. So in this in this station of your life, that is such an important time period for you to realize how important is time management. And it is important for everyone, but to be good at it, you have to put some more effort into it. And so I listed some of the popular answers for this question. First of all, is the academic success. College courses are more complex than your high school courses, so being good at it is going to be even harder. So I think definitely putting more effort into it becomes more important, but also being smarter with your time. Number two is balancing responsibilities. Like I said, you're not going to be responsible for your academic, but also your personal health, your liabilities, the your social your social circle, or like the people around you, the professors, the opportunities, the work, all of those things. So definitely more responsibilities just go on to you at the same time, but don't stress out. And that's what I'm going to talk about next, which is reducing stress. For a lot of people who are first entering college, they're going to be super stressed or even burn out at the end. Like me right now, actually, I'm in that state right now. So this video is kind of also helps me. Like I was trying to say this all out and not only teaching you but also teaching myself. It's kind of weird. Like I am doing this presentation, but also I'm the person who experienced all of those right now. But whenever you're watching it, or even me, like looking back at it a few years later, just want to tell yourself that you're not alone. Like a lot of a first incoming college student experiencing the same state as you are experiencing right now. So never feel like you are the only one who are doing all of those. And also don't be afraid to share your feelings out. There are always peers or advisors or teachers, professors are there to help you. You know, like school faculties, that's their job. You know, like don't be afraid to reach out to those people around you. And developing life skills is also really important. Because you are starting to taking care of yourself. For example, you're going to maybe consider get your driver license, or knowing like what are you going to do, like getting internship maybe, and applying for research, applying for lab, getting to more teams in your schools and clubs, and all of those things. So those life skills is not going to be beneficial for you at this moment in campus, but also going to be more important when you enter real society and real work environment. So I have an exercise which is a self-reflection. Reflect on and understand your diverse identities and the responsibilities you juggle this quarter. So because UCI is a quarter system, I know like some of your colleges may be not. But whenever like you're in what state of your college right now, I want you to again pause this video to think about this question for yourself really quick. And we will come back soon. So this is another activity that is create a comprehensive map of a typical work. First, identify the various activities that demand your time. Second is delineate each activity, specify its duration and whether it's a recurring event. So we have a lot of time. We have a lot of tasks that is consuming, like that is very time consuming. But again, like I said before, you're gonna categorize them into different parts. Like you're gonna list them from the most urgent and most important to least urgent and least important. Then you're gonna make the choice. You're gonna make the decision for yourself. After you delineate each activity, you're gonna specify its duration and whether it's a recurring event. If it's a recurring event, then you better stick onto it, because if this event only happened once, then maybe you're gonna like put 50% of your energy into it. Like another 50 energy is for all of the other stuff. But if it's a recurring event, you better just like create a long-term schedule for yourself that will help you succeed in the long run. And let's do another self-reflection. Reflect and rank the activities based on their alignment with your goals for this quarter or for this semester, assigning a score from 1 to 5 for each. Okay, so when you're doing the rankings, I have a scale right now. The essential is score of 5, important is 4, moderately important is 3, and somewhat important is 2, least important is 1. So this is kind of another scale that will help you to know what are the things that I need to do right now, like as soon as possible, and what are the things that I can just wait for a moment. And this is also very important. And talking about those ranking skills, I think those things are not only important for your academic, but also for all of the events that happen around you. You know, like for your social event, for your relationships with others, for your workings, applying interns, going to clubs, all of those things that related to school and later related to your life. Will be applicable to the scale. So I want you to just like make the scale in your head, or if you can write on the paper, great. But just have this brief scratch in your head, and you will find out that it's going to be super useful. And that's all for this presentation today. Thank you so much for staying along with me, and I hope you have a great day and learn something from this video. Thank you for watching.